So I played Death's Door, and honestly, it's good. Death's Door is a 2021 indie game developed by Acid Nerve and published by Devolver Digital. As a crow from the Reaping Commission, this indie game follows you on your quest to open Death's Door. I mean, it's in the name. Death's Door is the second most hyped crow game this year, but that doesn't mean it's anything to miss out on. The gameplay feels like a mesh between old Zelda games, Hades, and... don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it... Dark Souls. The Reaping Commission, your employer, has put you on a contract. You must claim Gardevoir's soul, or else you'll be terminated. Pretty simple, right? Wrong. You get hit on the head by a 40-year-old parrot, and before you know it, he's put the soul that you were meant to collect through Death's Door. This leaves you with two options. Claim 3 more giant souls at a chance of opening Death's Door, freeing you from the commission and the rule of the Lord of Doors, where you can live your life as a free crow, no longer held by the shackles of a once powerful commission. Or exit to desktop. You, now on a quest to claim 3 more giant souls for a chance at opening Death's Door, are to set out and slay 3 mighty beasts, a witch with the power of making cursed, enchanted, evil pottery, a frog that totally ripped off Thor, and the Yeti from Monsters Inc. In order to reach all of them, you must travel through their separate domains, usually consisting of around 2 to 3 different areas. Each domain presents itself with amazing themes, such as snow, jungle, haunted mansion possessed by pottery ghosts. Okay, I have to admit, that one's pretty good. Death's Door has an interesting combat system. Some elements of it feel so fleshed out, like the dodge ability and the quick slash, but then you have arbitrary elements like a charge attack that you never have time to reliably use, or a charge dash attack that serves little to no purpose except for that one time the game requires you to use it. It's almost like going into development, Acid Nerve had a whole roadmap of different combat moves you could use, and after finally perfecting the control scheme, someone asks, okay, now what about the other buttons? And Acid Nerve goes, there's other buttons? The combat system in Death's Door is great, but some elements feel like they were thrown in at the last moment. Abilities suffer a similar fate. Throughout your playthrough, you unlock one ability after another, and while useful in progressing in their respective area, by the time you unlock the next one, all others have no use. They're fun, sure, but they're really gimmicky too. Think about it, why on earth would you ever use the bow and arrow after you've unlocked the more powerful bomb or fireball? The answer? You don't! I think the abilities are cool, but they seem more like a solution to a specific puzzle, rather than a tool you can use to your benefit throughout your entire playthrough. The final member of the I'm not as fleshed out as I should be group, everyone, give a warm welcome to enemies! Woo! Good job! Enemy variety is non-existent. Okay, that's hyperbole, but seriously, it's really not that extensive. When first entering the world of Death's Door, you become wowed by all the neat enemy types. They're all so different from one another, and as you exit the Lost Cemetery, you're excited for what comes next. Oh, neat. Some more enemies from the last area. Alright, that's cool. I wonder what's next. Oh, some more enemies from the Lost Cemetery. That's epic. I love that. Yeah, let's just see what's next though. Oh, hey. Would you look at that? It's the same enemy again, cause It needs a difficulty curve though, so what better way to address that than by making the same enemies copy-pasted, except each time they have a teeny bit more hit points than the last. That's a fun game mechanic, right? People love upgrading their damage just to kill enemies in the same amount of hits as earlier. That reminds me, the upgrading system. Once again, it doesn't really feel that developed. The upgrading system consists of 4 different stats: your damage, dexterity, agility, and abilities. Every time you upgrade one, it increases it by 10%. I think. Maybe 25. Maybe 25. Because yep, of course you don't get to know how much it increases by, you're only spending all of your hard-earned soul on a complete mystery. Boring stat boosts like this always feel lazy to me. I want a game where I can upgrade my abilities for new moves. I want to spend 800 souls to unlock a brand new combo breaker, not some dumb stat boost. In every scenario, I will always pick launch your sword forward and bash into the closest enemy, over 10% more damage. This is lazy. I don't care how you spin it, but this kind of game design just isn't really worthwhile. You don't feel like you're getting stronger with each upgrade. Instead, it feels like you've filled up a useless orb each time. Because that's what you're doing! That's essentially what you're doing. You're just filling up useless orbs, and you're sitting there, wasting all of your money on orbs. I mean, I guess you don't get to spend your money on anything else, so it's not like you'd use it anyway, but still, come on. Come on, game. Seriously? Death's Door is a charming game that I enjoyed. I thought it was a good experience, and I still do, but some aspects, like the combat, are just downright lazy. Despite all the gripes I have with this game, I did still enjoy it, because for everything that Death's Door gets wrong, it gets 2 things right. Boss battles are amazing. There's only a handful of them, but they're so fun to play. They combine recently learned level mechanics to create visual spectacles, testing the player on their memory of the earlier mechanics. They feel like a dance between you and your enemy, except I don't remember dances hurting this much. On top of all that, every level is filled to the brim with unique mini-bosses that you'll encounter in these sort of challenge rooms. They're really neat, just get a bit comfortable with the death screen, you're gonna be seeing that a lot. There's tons of unique puzzles that make you feel stupid for not solving them earlier. Some are mandatory, but many of them unlock optional collectibles and sometimes even rare upgrades like health ups. The music is chilling at times. It's intense and fills the player with dread for what's about to come. But most of the time the music's just like this. How lovely. Death's Door constantly brings fun new ideas to the table. Like, there's a lot of things on the table. Ice skating? Sure. Eating noodles? Why not? Heck, they even have epic loot boxes which you can open, allowing you to unlock brand new abilities. To unlock a new core ability, you're thrown into a realm called Avarice. At least I think it's Avarice. It might be Avarice, but I don't know why they make it like that. Actually, wait, no. Oh, it's Avarice? Huh. To unlock a new core ability, you're thrown into a realm called Avarice. Here, you battle through 4 waves in a gauntlet filled with all of the enemies of the stage you've just encountered. This is a neat way of recapping the player's skills, and proving them worthy of amazing abilities like Hookshot. But where Death's Door shines brightest is in its story. The themes associated with the game are compelling, and they make you want to learn more and more. For example, there's hidden journals scattered about the hub world that tell the tale of the Reaping Commission turning its back, or I guess beak, on its workers. Then you realize, wait a second, the crows they betrayed are the trapped souls I've been collecting and using for new abilities. Huh. Each third of the game has NPCs that you can talk to, such as Barb the Bard, and Jefferson the totally human, definitely not a squid human. The characters have their own place in the story and feel quite fleshed out. Notice how I said fleshed out, not tentacled out, because there are no squids in this game. The theme of death that runs through the whole game is heavy, but the developers use it in a very unique way. Call me crazy, actually no, call me Chepek, that's my name. But Death's Door reminds me of A Hat in Time. The gameplay is nothing alike, but the general art style and animations are something that's present in both games, giving them both kind of a homemade feel. The game certainly isn't AAA, and it's often a bit rough around the edges, but it was still a satisfying experience all throughout. I know I dragged the game through the dirt earlier in the video, but that's because I care about it. Death's Door is a really good game. Hell, even the post-game is packed with enough bonus content to be sold as a $15 expansion pack. But there's just a few things that bring the game down. By no means is Death's Door a bad game. It's a great game, but it's just not the perfect game. Regardless, I really enjoyed my time in the world of Death's Door. And over again, the stellar story and charming visuals kept me invested in the game and its interesting combat. Anyways, with that said and done, I recommend Death's Door. It's a pretty good game, and you should try it. Bye!